It's 2003. I'm 7 years old, and Magic the Gathering is just a fun thing my dad and brother play a lot that I don't really understand all that well. All I know at the time is that red is my favorite color ever, and dragons are cool. And every time I play against my brother, I lose completely. My brother and I sit down to play after school one afternoon, and I've got an air of confidence that is completely unearned, but nonetheless present. You see, I had built my own deck and was ready to finally defeat the monolith that was my only opponent at the time. Let's rewind a bit and lay down some groundwork. The first bit of product I got my little hands on was the Starter 99 starter game box with the 2 pre-built decks and the rules inside. We had a little card shop a couple towns over that still had some on the shelf. I can still remember the shop's owner and only employee slipping a pack of 7th edition into the wrinkly plastic bag with the starter after I slid him a pile of crumpled ones and quarters. My first rare was a Crimson Hellkite. It seemed so unbelievably strong. I would spend hours just kinda looking at it, completely enamored. Even that young, my parents had me doing fairly easy chores for a bit of allowance. I think they wanted to teach me young that a good work ethic will help you get the things you want. It was pretty kind of them looking back. By the time I had finally learned the game well enough to play without my dad sitting beside me, reminding me how things worked, 8th edition had rolled around. It's 2003. My parents had gotten me the Speed Scorch starter for my birthday. It seemed pretty good out of the box, more consistent than the pile of red bulk commons from Stronghold, Masks, and Starter 99 I'd been trying to win with. Not that I really understood consistency back then, in the same way that most Magic players do after they've been playing for a while. But again, I was 7. I played a couple games against my dad, and once or twice against my brother. I only won against my dad, and I don't think I realized in the moment that he probably let me win. Looking back, he's always been kind like that, doing subtle things to make sure I'm doing alright. My brother, however, being 9 at the time, had no illusions about going easy on me, and won nearly every game we ever played of Magic. I can remember looking at my collection and picking the best cards for the deck, and taking out the ones that just didn't do anything at all when I tried them against my 2 highly skilled opponents. And then I was ready. I was gonna win this time. I knew it. For context, my brother had gotten an Onslaught-themed deck for his birthday a month prior. Our local card shop still had a few on the shelf. Growing up, we didn't always have money for card games when things released. But anyway, my brother had gotten the bait and switch deck, this nasty little blue-black pile. I can still vividly remember the box art having Mistform Shrieker on it. Mistform Shrieker still kinda creeps me out even today. I can't remember exactly how that game ended, but I did vaguely remember the deck I was playing the other day while daydreaming on my way home from work. Or at least I remembered what I think the deck was. There's not really a way to know for sure. No picture in the middle of the game, no scrap of notebook paper stuffed into a box with the rest of my cards from that time. It's all solidly in the past, but it's still in front of me to a degree. I know smarter people than me have spoken endlessly about nostalgia and what it means to remember, but for what it's worth, I'm happy with the memory that I do have as I have it. I know it's imperfect, but it's still something I can look back on to remember the excitement and joy this game can spark. I put together the list I'm half remembering and threw it up on my Moxfield page. It's close enough, and that's all that's important. I know I've made and played much better decks by now, or at least I hope so, but it's nice to be able to look back at where I started and know that I can still play with that deck if I really want to. There's nothing stopping me from reaching out to some friends and jamming some kitchen table 60 card. At this point, most of my decks are built for Commander, and a solid 90% of them are crammed full of old bordered jank, because I adore the old weird stuff Magic used to do and be. My favorite deck of all time is a Bracket 4 Garth One-Eye list that tries to win by feeding infinite mana into a fireball to cook the table. The other gimmick is that every card in the deck was originally printed before 2001. It still does okay, though I think most of that is because I've played it so much it's basically second nature to me, and not many people are familiar with all the old jank that's crammed in it. Despite how much I love what Magic used to be, I still have hope for what it can be. What it can be again. I mean, there's a reason it's the greatest game. I've been playing longer than I haven't at this point, and I'm so excited to see where it'll go from here. I just hope the magic doesn't get lost along the way.